Good afternoon. Wow. So, it's been kind of a slow day as far as progress type of stuff. I did start on the new website today. Just I got the base of it up, and I'm starting when I install the script. When I do the initial install, it gives me many different options to use, and I chose to install the very base. And so I'm just going to be adding in stuff from there. So essentially what I wanted was a clean slate. I just wanted how do I put this, the module positions, which is technically how I would say it. I just wanted the module positions that the current website gives me. The new website will not look like the current website. Even though I love how that website looks, I want something different. It's been, 3 years or so? And even though I've made changes to the website, it's still been the basic structure, the basic menus, and you know, I just want an entirely different look to the website and function, and I just want something fresh, you know. And so I did get a start on it. I'm not happy with the menus that I'm working with. I'm starting at, like I said, very ground level, base level, and I'm going to be personally tweaking every single aspect of the website, and hopefully I get something that's comparable to what we have now. Again, I love the way the site looks, now versus many of the other sites I've had throughout my life. I like this style. But it's time for change. So I'm not going to be taking up a whole screen just with sliding pictures. And in fact, I'm going to be taking up that first screen with video, actually. So right there where you see the sliding pictures go across will be the I'm hoping to put either the live show there, if it's live, or immediately after the show, the archive of the show will go there. So one of the two, either way, that is my intention. So that's a lot of what I've been working on today, which again I didn't get very far. I've been kind of tweaking up the a few loose ends on the server itself. I'm pretty well set with it. I'm pretty happy with it. It seems to be running relatively smoothly, other than a few errors that I have popping up, which are kind of neither here nor there. And hopefully the update that I did on it today will take care of those. So it looks like it's going to go good. So anyway, that's where we're at with that. Let me go ahead and take care of the financial stuff. I'm today is another day to where I found myself going, well, what am I going to talk about today on the monologue? And there's something that has been nagging at me for a long time, probably getting close to a year now. And I've talked about it a little bit here and there, but I want to dive into it a little bit deeper, because it's very bothersome to me, and it has, it's associated very closely to a very big issue we're having in this country today. And you're going to see why I feel like it's important, because I think that type of attitude is what plays into, for instance, what's going on in Deerfield, Illinois. Do I think anything will happen? Do I think that anybody will go up there and help defend the citizens of Deerfield, Illinois? I doubt it. Would I like to see that? Oh, you better believe I'd like to see that. I'd like to see tens of thousands of people up there in a open carry march saying, no, you are not going to do this. We are done. We are done with your liberal lunacy. Okay? But I know it's not going to turn into tens of thousands up there, and I know it's not going to turn into an open carry rally. I know, I get that. I don't think we're going to see anything, really. And I don't say that to be negative. I'm saying that to be realistic. So this, what I'm going to be talking about in the monologue today closely associates with that type of mentality, okay? And I'm going to be using an example of, well, somebody that is well known in the Bundy Patriot community. So, and it's something that's been nagging at me for a while, and we're going to talk about it a little bit. And let me get through the financial stuff real quick. I'll blow through it. There's not a whole lot I tweeted out today, so I ought to be able to get through all this real quick. YouTube, what, we go up another 4 cents or something? I don't know. It goes back and forth. We lost another subscriber, though, and I can't. Yeah, I still don't give a damn. But anyway, 356 is where we're sitting at over on YouTube. I don't, folks, and I don't mean to sound like a jerk when I do that, when I say that. But I'm here to tell the truth, okay? And I hope, I pray. I actually do pray, and I do ask God to guide me. I don't want to mislead anybody, right? But that is who I answer to, is God. Okay, so whether I have 1 subscriber, 3,912 subscribers, or 10 million subscribers, don't mean a bit of difference to me. The only thing I care about is making the main man happy. That's all I care about. So that's why I have that attitude, and I just like to kind of joke and have fun with it. A lot of times when I tell the truth, I lose subscribers. Go figure, right? So anyway, that's where we're at on ScrewTube. Steam It, we'll have a little bit that'll be any time now. I think it's this one here. Oh no, that's tomorrow. No, it's this one here. Oh, actually, I can do that now. See, well, the one part's gone. I was going to show you. It says past payouts 322, author 244, curators 79, but it's not breaking it down into what goes where. And I'm going to click on wallet here, and you'll see this up here. So out of that 322, I'm only actually going to get like 0.049 Steam. Okay, oh, well, that's Steam. SBD is going to be 1.104. And then Steam Power, I'll get 0.520. And I do that by clicking Redeem Rewards, and you'll see these numbers change here as soon as it picks it up, and there you go. That's it. So that's how you redeem. I don't know if I've ever showed that live. I didn't know if it would be ready when I went live, but it was. So now you guys got to see that live when I actually redeem that. So right now, Steam dollars, we're setting at $4, roughly $4.85 in Steam dollars. So that is where we are at on that. So let me, I need to go in and follow my followers. I do that every so often. I go back through and I follow everybody that follows me just as a courtesy. I don't do that on Twitter, and the reason why is because I'm not a fan of Twitter, to be real honest. I'm there to use that as a platform, one more platform to get the information out. But Twitter to me, you know, one of the things that eats me up the most about Twitter is every day I'm getting emails from Twitter telling me who I need to follow. And it's like, really? No, you're not going to guide me around, you know, and tell me who I need to follow, what propaganda I need to listen to. And, yeah, that's not going to happen. So, anyway, it is what it is. AdSense, somebody's been clicky. 56 cents at this point today. I'm going to refresh just in case. And, yep, 56 cents as of today. Yesterday was a 77-cent day. And so we're up to $2.99 over here. So that is killer. That's awesome. Still waiting, of course, for the YouTube to come in over in the balance. And we'll go from there. It's going to take a while to build up that $100 threshold. But anyway, we are grateful for anything. Trust me. That is where we are on AdSense. Let me get through the stuff I tweeted again. Like I told you, I haven't tweeted much today. There really wasn't a whole lot, and I didn't go to actual Sputnik and RT pages and stuff like that. Believe it, I mean, it may sound crazy that, you know, when I say, well, I was working on menus on the website today. Oh yeah, did you get them done? No. And it may sound crazy, but, you know, it's one of those things to where you go and we have to do all the free stuff. We have to do all the free anything that's on the website essentially is free, right? The extensions. So you have to dig through a bunch of junk, and hopefully you'll find something that not only works but looks good. And so even something like a menu is something that I couldn't tell you how many menus I tried today, and most of them I couldn't get the animations to work, and it just, I don't know, they just didn't. Other ones just didn't look good, or I couldn't configure them to look good with the website, or because you had to buy the pro version, And it's just like, I don't have $30 to throw at a menu, I mean, I think that's crazy. There was one I really liked, but the animations didn't work, and it cost $30 to be able to go in and change the colors of the menu. And I can go into it, and I know how to tweak the script so I can get it any color I want or whatever. But I don't want to have to fight with that. So I've got some pretty cool stuff, pretty cool plans for the way this website's going to look, and part of that is going to mean that I won't be able to sit there and screw around with menu colors and stuff like that on a hand coding basis. It's going to be cool. Trust me. I've kind of got a layout in my head, and it's going to be cool. But it's not going to be a site that I update all the time, like the background and stuff, because I kind of do that on the website we have now. I'll go in and I'll update the background quite a bit. And I won't be doing that, because every image on that, it's going to be cool. As you scroll down the page, here, the images will change. Okay, and it's the way I'm going to set it up is there's going to be a border around it all, and it's going to be set up really, really sweet the way I have it planned anyway. And in order to do that, it means that I won't be able to go in and change these menu colors all the time, hand scripting, because that would just be a huge, huge nightmare. I need something that I can pretty much, like this. It's real super easy for me to go in. You see the blue there, the blue everywhere on the site, down in here, all that's blue. I just go to one spot in the back end of the website in the templates and change that, and I can change it literally to any color just by one click, and it makes it really, really nice. That's why I like the script, and that's why I'm still using this script for the module positions and for the capabilities of the individual module positions, and it's got a really nice base to the script, so it just will look totally different than this. However, this is probably going to be the first image on the site. I told you as you scroll down, it's going to go through images. This is still probably going to be the first image on the new site. The destruction of St. Louis. I don't know. I thought that was kind of fitting because of the news we do and because of our location. So actually, Aaron, I think, is the one that I saw had this picture. And he provided me a link to be able to get it. So I appreciate that. I seen that and I thought, man, that is cool. And I know. A lot of people's like, oh, the apocalypse. How could you say the apocalypse is cool? Well, because I trust God. Okay, I trust God. I have a lot of faith in God, and I see what a lot of people look at as the end. I look at as the beginning. Because the world that we have right now is insane, and well, we'll talk about that a little bit. It kind of goes hand in hand too with what I'm going to talk about. Paris says Iran approaching red line on uranium enrichment. More Iran fear-mongering. Police confirmed 4 injured in blast at storage facility in Strasbourg, France. Hezbollah, Iran won't leave Syria until it's liberated, says the Lebanese parliament speaker. Major fire at hotel near London's Hyde Park, black smoke spreading over city. Soyuz MS-09 spacecraft launches from Baikonur Cosmodrome. Norway to ban full-face veils at schools from August. Boeing refuses to deliver any aircraft to Iran amid U.S. sanctions threat. So that is what I tweeted out. Like I said, not a whole lot. Not a whole lot today. There just wasn't a whole lot that popped up in my breaking. And I was, like I said, I never did go over to the RT site. I guess we could do that. We could take a quick peek over there real fast. Certainly wouldn't hurt anything. A gang of U.S. police beat unarmed, unresisting man for sitting improperly. I watched this video earlier. Yeah, we'll bite on that. Arizona's Mesa Police Department released surveillance footage Tuesday showing officers repeatedly punching and kneeing 33-year-old Robert Johnson until he's pulled to the ground and handcuffed. The 20-minute video, which has been shared widely on social media, begins with a single Mesa officer exiting the elevator onto an apartment's 4th floor and pulling Johnson and 20-year-old Eric Reyes aside for questioning. Nearly 3 minutes later, 3 additional officers come onto the scene and surround Johnson, and as he's leaning forward against a railing and looking at his phone, a minute later, officers begin to attack Johnson, though he was showing no signs of aggression toward any officials. It should be noted that the video contains no audio, and as such, it's unclear what words were exchanged between involved parties. Words. What words? I wonder if an officer got offended. Surveillance footage goes on to show officers handcuffed and later zip-tie Johnson's feet together. At the 11-minute mark, as officers are seen directing Johnson to the elevator, an officer is then seen repeatedly slamming Johnson's head against the elevator door as it opens. Officers later push Johnson back onto the ground, where he lies for several minutes. The video cuts off as officers wrap a white towel around his mouth and carry him to the elevator. Officers later charged Johnson with disorderly conduct and hindering. Okay? So they didn't have a charge on him to begin with. That's what that's saying. So he was assaulted. He was attacked. He was mauled. Brutalized. When they didn't even have anything to charge him with. Okay? And so after their absolutely violent episode with him, now he's got legal issues to contend with. It's insane. You know, and it gets me. I'll have my fit here in a moment. Officers later, oh yeah, I said that. According to local Mesa station ABC, oh yeah, by the way, oh, you don't have it up. I don't know if you'll be able to see it yet. I'll have to scroll. I'll have to do that right now so I don't lose it. I let everybody know that you would be here shortly. Okay. Aaron let everybody know that you couldn't be here totally. Told you I was going to tell her. Anyway, let's continue. According to local Mesa station ABC 15, officers were called to the apartment by a woman who had reported that Reyes, her ex-boyfriend, was trying to break into her home. Mesa Police Chief Raymond Batista explained to the station that although Reyes complied with officers' instructions, force was used on Johnson because he did not comply. Instead of sitting against the wall as ordered, Johnson opted to squat down. Really? I mean, yeah, okay. Batista did not know of the incident, which took place on May 23rd, until a week later. When an unarmed community member shared the footage with him, he launched an investigation into the matter and ultimately led to 4 officers being placed on administrative leave pending the investigation. Batista has stated that he decided to release the video before it surfaced online in order to offer some context on the incident. You know, control the court of public opinion. That's what they do. The images of the video are powerful, and I thought it was paramount that you hear it from me with respect to how I feel about it and what I'm going to do to ensure this doesn't happen again, the police chief told the Arizona Republic. Mind you, right, they're on paid administrative leave. Okay? Paid administrative leave. It's insane. In a statement released on Tuesday, the Mesa Police Association criticized Batista's decision to release the footage, calling it grossly inappropriate as the department's investigation has not yet concluded. Additional footage is expected to be released later this week, according to local station CBS 5. Probably the footage with the audio that they're going to have to doctor before they put it out, because it's probably way worse than what it appears. Let me go ahead and I'm going to play this video. I'm actually going to play it on YouTube here. Oh, this is like 20 minutes. The video that I seen wasn't nearly as long as this. Let's shorten it up here a bit. There, this will work. This is where they first got there. There is no audio. Not giving them a problem with them, patting them down. They're just, he's cool with them, making sure he's not armed or anything. So he walked over. Doesn't seem like he's acting like a jerk or violent or anything like that to me. And see, they just immediately go on, go to town on him. Immediately. There is no such thing as de-escalation in these cases. They don't even attempt it. Then you got this guy right here over on the right-hand side. Didn't do anything. He was sitting there. Now he's being searched. Okay? Which to me should be illegal. Well, actually, it is illegal. I mean, he's not suspected of any crime. So why? Oh, yeah, for their safety, for weapons. That excuse again. Yeah. Yeah, this is insane. And then they said something about slamming his head up against the elevator. Let me fast forward it here. Must be somewhere in here. So they're getting him up. See? As if they didn't already attack him enough. Paid administrative leave, folks. Paid administrative leave. I'm willing to bet, I don't have to be a prophet to say that they won't be charged with anything. Nothing will happen. They won't lose their jobs. Nothing will come of it. Mind you, the guy committed no crime. The guy wasn't wanted for anything. Not quite sure what they're doing now. That's insane. Absolutely insane. I want to do, I wanted to show you that. U.S. Secret Service arrests White House contractor on attempted murder warrant. Casualties confirmed in mysterious Baghdad blast. U.S. State Department cites D-Day as example of strong relationship with Germany. Israeli company reveals futuristic Mantic armored combat vehicle. Let's see. So that was Sputnik. So again, not a whole lot of breaking type of stuff today. That's why I didn't have a ton of stuff come up on my phone. So anyway, let me go ahead and switch screens here, and I'll have my little talk about what has been on my mind, what has been bothering me, and this has been a consistent thing for some time now. Well, actually, since the main part of it had happened. So, anyway, I'm losing my thought. No, okay. So, I'm trying to think, and I've been trying to think of like a hypothetical situation that I could mention that would that would kind of put this into perspective. Okay, because in order for people that are familiar with the Patriot community and individuals in the, I should say the Bundy Patriot community, I need to do this. Otherwise, the moment I mention names or speak about situations, opinions are going to automatically be formed, okay? And that's what I'm trying to get past, okay? I'm trying to get past that knee-jerk reaction. So, anyway, if I had some killers after me, right, and let's say I didn't do anything wrong, let's say I witnessed a murder, okay, and the people that were associated or directly involved with the murder were after me, and I ran, okay, I think most people would understand that, okay, that's just one situation. If I was captured by ISIS, let's just go there. If I was captured by ISIS and they were going to behead me for being a follower of God, I think people would understand if I was able to escape their custody and take off, right? There are many situations to where the best thing to do would be flee, and especially when you're fighting a situation. Because let me go back to the ISIS thing. I could sit there and plead my case with ISIS all day long, right? And as long as at the end of the day I still say that I'm a believer of God, they're gonna probably chop my head off. Okay, now we can sit here and debate, especially on that particular topic, on whether or not I should do that, how strong of a believer I am, and let's not go there, because that's apples and oranges. But people would understand if I did what I had to escape the custody of ISIS to prevent from being beheaded. That just makes sense, okay? Just as much as it would make sense to try to defend myself if I had no other choice. So I wanted to throw out a couple examples out there of how I would think most all of us would react in a situation, which I can't say would be a common situation for most of us, but it's somewhere hypothetically to throw our minds and understand what we're talking about. Now, this is where a lot of minds are going to be like, huh? I want to talk about Gavin Seim. Is Gavin Seim courageous or cowardice? Well, I would say he's pretty damn courageous. That took balls of steel to leave his home that he was buying, uproot his family, and move out of the country in which he was born. Move out of the country in which he had been fighting for for as long as I've known them. I keep going back to this, and the reason why I keep going back to this is because I see something now. And I was talking about this a while back. I was talking about this division that was being done, especially by people like Pete Santilli, or I should call him Pete Scamtilli, and all of his flock. Gary Hunt is another one that likes to divide. And yes, I'll come right out and say it. I suspect them all to be at least agents or working with an agency. One of the two. Because they are absolutely hell-bent on division while the entire time speaking unity. Okay? But I haven't fluorided my brain to death. Neither have I tribalized it to death. I'm making up words today. And so I see what is going on. I see right now that there's a petition going on. How many people know about the petition going on right now for Trump to pardon the Hammonds? How many people know about that? How many people would have known about that had people like Pete Santilli not pulled his nonsense? Now do you see where I'm coming from and where I was coming from months ago when I was calling this out? Months ago, I said they were dividing people. They were purposely dividing people so that the support would not be there. And how much do you want to bet that down the road it's a matter of time before the Bundys are either sitting in court again or for whatever reason they're locked up and their property is gone? Because it ain't over. I can guarantee you that. It ain't over. The government wants what it wants. And they will damn well get it. Whether they got to kill you, coerce you, imprison you, they don't care. Look at the Clinton body list and tell me they care. Look at Benghazi and tell me they care. So, I'd been saying this for quite some time, and I'd really been going over in my head that very question, whether or not Gavin Seim is courageous or cowardice. And I'm still staying with courageous. Because, folks, the reason I compared that to ISIS and being in the custody of ISIS and fleeing ISIS because, you know, they're going to cut your head off if you show your dedication to God, it's because it's the same thing. And I've seen countless amounts of people attack him and say, oh, no, being brave would be standing up to your charges. Would it? Not necessarily just being brave. It could also be being foolish, don't you think? I mean, I don't like going up against a stacked deck. And that is most certainly what is going on in our government, in our judicial system. It's absolutely a stacked deck. If it wasn't, why the hell are the Hammonds behind bars right now? This is the type of quote-unquote justice system we're talking about. And people think that the only respectful thing for him to do is to turn himself in and to take his lumps when he didn't do anything wrong. I'll never forget that shooting that happened in, I think it was Southern California. I'm struggling to think of the name of the city. And so this guy had walked into I don't think it was a school. I think it was some type of company. And there was a company Christmas party, and he walked in and opened fire. Although the witnesses say there were 3 men there. The official story says that there was 1 man, and you know, he acted alone, lone wolf kind of thing. I think might have been San Bernardino, but I'm not sure. Anyway, I can remember that in the news they were having all kinds of hell getting access to the data on his phone because Apple would not hand it over. Now here's a guy that was allegedly responsible for several deaths. I can't remember off the top of my head how many deaths he was responsible for. Apple wouldn't give up the information, or Apple wouldn't unlock the phone, right? And Apple wouldn't give any information on unlocking the phone. And they had 9 kinds of hell getting into that phone when several people's lives were taken. And I sit there and I think about that. And I can't off the top of my mind remember the actual charge that Gavin had, but it was, I don't know if it was obstruction or something. It was something stupid. Might have been harassment. I don't know. It was something stupid. But they were going to court order him to unlock his phone. Right? And if he continued to refuse to do that, they would lock him up. But yet these fake Patriots can't get it. They can't get it whatsoever. Some people would say, well, you know, it's so crazy. It reminds me of the meme, and I've talked about this meme before, where it shows an old man, an old woman, and a donkey. And I forget, there might be like 4 images there, there might be 6, I don't know. But everybody's got a different opinion on what that old man and old woman should be doing with that donkey. Some say that he should be riding it, some say they both should be riding it, some say that she should be riding it, some say that neither should ride it. And so, you know, I've heard people say that, you know, well, if he was brave, he would take his lumps and blah, 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 go to court. And I've actually seen people say, well, if he was brave, he would fight him. Actually fight him. That's another foolish move. And here's the thing. I've seen some people talk about the risk that he's put his family in for going to Mexico, for taking his family to Mexico to live. Which is funny, I put those two next to one another because some people are saying he should have physically fought with them, and then other people are saying that he put his family at risk for taking them to Mexico. Kind of 2 polar opposites there. And it's insane. It's insane. And I wanted to point this out because we are a nation in some very, very big trouble right now. And right now, we have the ability to make a difference. Right now, we have the ability to make a big enough mark that they might understand that they need to back up even just a little. And I am talking about Deerfield, Illinois. If we can get people to stop their keyboard commando attitude, because I don't know how many people, you know, I could tell you 4 years ago, 5 years ago, the people that were saying, you know, out of my cold dead hands and yada, yada, yada. I mean, it was just everywhere. I don't even hardly see anybody sharing the Gadsden flag these days, okay? But I sure don't see that speak right now. I sure do not see that speak right now. It's been so quiet about what's going on in Deerfield. And do I think that it's because of Facebook's algorithms or YouTube's algorithms? Or no, I don't. I think it's because of a bunch of pansies. That's exactly what I think. And if you were to corner these people, you know, these out of my cold dead hands people, they'd be nothing but excuses. Well, I got... I got young'uns, you know. You do. That's my favorite one, by the way. I got young'uns. I got little ones that I have to worry about. Yeah, you damn skippy you do. So why are you being a panty waste? Why are you passing the buck on to your child to deal with this? See, this is where I don't make a lot of fans. Because I call it out. I call it out. And it doesn't make me a jerk for wanting this country to be better. Just like with Gavin Seim. It doesn't make him a jerk to want this country to be better. You don't have to like its personality. Where the hell did this idea come from? That you had to just be in love with somebody to let them tell you the news. Or to let them show you what's going on. I mean, it's crazy. You turn on Fox News, don't know if you're watching a news show or the titty bar, you know? I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. And I don't know if they're quite so bad on that right now. Tucker Carlson's kind of a homely character. And I'm not calling him out because I'm beyond homely. But I'm just saying, you know, just in the, just in humor. But, you know, we have to get out of this mindset that we're in. And we're in so many different mindsets right now. It's incredible. And we have to shed them because we are a sinking ship. And right now, there's a huge gash in the hull of our ship. Which would be a great place to start patching it. If we're going to stop it from going down. And that gash is Deerfield, Illinois. But we have to start understanding things like why Gavin would run to Mexico. Because his support, the people to back him, was so minimal. Especially thanks to scumbags like Pete Scamtilli. You expect these residents of Deerfield, Illinois to jump in the streets, open carrying with their AR-15 and saying hell no? I just showed you a video of a guy that didn't get aggressive or anything like that. And he had to be carried out with his head wrapped in a towel and received an absolutely brutal beating. You know, again, guys, like I've said, I'm not anti-government, I'm not anti-police, I'm not. I want things to go the way they should go. I want things to be fixed, put back the way they should be. And our government is absolutely screwed to the roof right now, and so is law enforcement. They're acting like a bunch of damn stormtroopers. And our government's acting like the mafia. It's insane. I'm not anti any of it. I'm pro fixing it. And if the right has paid any attention at all over the previous years, especially with Occupy Wall Street, You can even have 100,000 people in the streets, and that's no joke. 100,000 people in the streets. And the stormtroopers will still come and smash skulls. That's what I meant the other day about the right getting their heads out of their butts and the left getting their heads out of their butts. Because that is how they're keeping their control over us. People are too busy fighting one another while they're just stomping on our necks with everything they've got. So is Gavin, Seim, courageous or cowardice? I would say courageous. Because we didn't give them a choice to be anything else. Meaning, we didn't give them a choice to be able to be courageous in any other manner, any other way. We let him hang there alone by himself. And if he would have stuck around, he would have likely hung by himself. Don't forget that song that Lavoy Finicum, his daughters sang. It's a good lesson for all of this. It goes hand in hand with what I've been saying. I'm going to close up the monologue and think about what I've said, especially those that consider themselves or at least aware of the Bundy Patriot community. Think about the things I just said. As for everybody, let's figure out how we can rally a whole ton of people up to Deerfield, Illinois, and quick. There's not much time. People are more than free to contact me. I don't have a big voice. I don't, but I'm in it. I'm in it without a doubt. So whether you contact me or whether you have somebody who is bigger than I am to contact me or whatever, I want to help. I want to do my part. We need to do something. This isn't about whose idea it is, or no, it's not. It's about achieving a goal. Please help. Please. This is a very big deal. Very, very big deal. Anyway, I'll close up the monologue and I'll continue on with the live show. But for those that just watched the monologue, I want to say thank you. God bless you. Be one with your spirit. And please help those people in Deerfield, Illinois.